Alright, pproteus back for round 7 of the Swiss. I'm excited here. I'm 5-1. Win locks me to the top 8. Loss, not sure. Playing against Turkey and Meg. Played against them last week and lost. They were on mono black control. They've been on flicker in previous weeks. Either way, chittering rats. And hoping to get my revenge. This hand is, yeah, you can't keep this. I'm going to keep this hand. This could go very badly, but at least I get to play lands and draw cards, and then eventually I will draw action and then get to do all of it. Like eventually, I'm going to draw Prophetic Prism and Skyfisher and all that. All right, so I'm expecting mono black control here. Ooh, Forgotten Cave. Yeah, I'd like to cycle the Forgotten Cave. Because maybe I hit Thriving Inspector, and that would be pretty good. There's Thriving Inspector. Thriving Inspector is a good card. It is a good card. I'm going to keep playing my lands untapped as long as I have mana to use, because I'm going to have an overabundance of mana later. Alright, Chitter. Okay. Prophetic Prism here. You can see another card. Another land. It's alright. So, if this is mono black control, and I'm confident that it's mono black control at this point, but not super confident, then this is a really good matchup. I know this because I used to be on the mono black control side, and I hated playing against Kitty. Now, opponent might have, like, Thorns, say. Thorns would be tough. But, well, looking at their list from last week, because they did well. No Thorns in the main, 2 in the sideboard. Man, they're crushing this hand. I mean, I guess this one happens when I keep a 4-land hand. I just draw a bunch more lands. But I thought I was doing not too badly, and I was pretty afraid of okay, now for once I want to play my artifacts and activate Galvanic Blast. I'm not gonna kill the Chitter pre-combat. My opponent might play a Grey Merchant when it's not optimal, or something like that. Or really the reason is that I don't want to get the Chitter unearthed again. So that would be very bad. So I want my opponent to drain me for an extra 2. Yeah, I think so. I think I just want to make sure that the Grey Merchant is dead. Oh. Alright, well, I didn't know I was going to draw that, did I? I just got to kill both of them. So I'm going to journey the Chitter. I'm going to journey the Chitter because if they have Unearth, now they don't get to use it. I'm going to try to play out all the lands in my hand so that I can't get Chittered anymore. And I'm going to be looking for some Radiant Fountains or something like that. or a way to end the game quickly. But I've got to be careful not to play into Crypt Rat's Pestilence, because I know my opponent has those, or at least is very likely to have those. Lands are rough. Alright, I've now drawn most of the lands in my deck. I mean, I did keep 4 land hand, 4 out of 6. But, yeah, I didn't really draw very well. Or 5 land hand, maybe? Whatever, like, these don't really count as lands if I cycle them, they're just air. Alright, well, that's something. But I'm probably just dead. My opponent probably has Crypt Rats and is just waiting to get up to enough mana to kill me. I'm probably not able to act fast enough that that's meaningful. Yeah, look at them playing the Baron more. They're just waiting. Man, if I knew I was going to draw the Journey to Nowhere, then yeah, I would have saved myself 4 damage. But if I didn't draw it, then things could have gone pretty badly for me. I think I just want to Lightning Bolt here. Or it probably has an Unearth or another chair. What do I draw? Alright, I drew something. So my opponent, in order to kill me, can have, like, they probably have something that kills me. They could have Pestilence, they could have Grey Merchant, they could have Unearth, they could have another Crypt Rats. So gaining a small amount of life is not really going to help. Alright, you got me, opponent. Alright, time to start drawing cards. That's a good draw. That's actually going to cause my opponent trouble. It's not going to... Assuming my opponent doesn't have anything that kills me. Like, I'm going to assume for now that they're just playing with last week's list. So they have 2 Grey Merchants, 1 Unearth, 1 Crypt Rats, 1 Pestilence. No, 2 Crypt Rats, 1 Pestilence. So that's 6 cards out of their whole deck that just kill me on the spot. Yeah, okay, you got me. That's very unfortunate. So in terms of sideboarding, Pile Sentinels is coming in. None of these other cards are good. And that's basically it. The side out rallies. I mean, I could keep, like, could bring in a Standard Bearer, side out another rally. Of course, Sanctifiers killing Oubliette is great. Okay. Well, I still think I'm favored here. But, not if I draw it like that, I'm not. So, I'm going to have to draw well. These mirrors generally go very, very long. this one didn't for whatever reason. Well, I guess because it didn't really do anything. The opponent doesn't have, or didn't have, 4 Gray Merchants in their deck, and I think that's a reasonable choice. They only had 3. Alright, got a mulligan this hand. This hand gets to play Magic, so I'm going to keep it. Do I want the battle so I can cycle it? Not really. I'd rather just draw a land. I want to play a Prophetic Prism on turn 2 and hope it doesn't get duressed, because duress would suck. I need to cast my spells. Okay, there we go. Resolve the Prophetic Prism. Now I get to cast my spells. There is the eternal question of, do I play Palace Sentinels on turn 4, or do I worry about my opponent killing it and then untap Thorn of the Black Rose? Because I lose if that happens. Choking Sands. Okay. I wasn't expecting Choking Sands. It is good against Boros Garrison. Note to self, don't keep hands that rely on Boros Garrison. Well, here I would have... Well, I don't actually know if I would have kept that. So I hope my opponent just plays a Thorn, and then I bolt it, untap Palace Sentinels. That's what I hope happens, because then I don't have to make a hard decision. Jitter's fine. Touch a Journey. Okay, well, if my opponent doesn't... Oh, no, they do have a 4th land. I'm going to give my opponent the opportunity to screw up, I think. But then they could also have a Gray Merchant. Now, if they have a Thorn, then they probably just don't kill the Palace Sentinels, because there they tapped out. So I'm doing this. They can't kill it with just 1 mana, right? And Thorn? Okay, well, they have the Thorn. Thorn's fine. Right? Just don't kill my Palace. Oh, they could deadweight it. No! No, my opponent's playing good cards. Okay, so I'm going to Journey the one that's going to get unearthed. So, Journey targeting Jitter. And then bolt the Thorn. And then Glinthawk. Okay, I guess I'm just narrating my plays at this point, but not a lot of thinking here. I'm just trying to maintain control of the board. Alright, so Edict here. What can my opponent play? They could have a second Thorn, and like if they wanted to kill both of my creatures, and they had something where the toughness mattered, then they just do it in that order. Like they disfigure my Glinthawk first. So I'm going to assume that they have a Thorn and sacrifice the Palace Sentinels. Okay, maybe that's fine. So it didn't matter. They just made me think for no reason. Alright, what have we got here? Galvanic Blast makes me want to just cast my 4-drop. Alright, opponent has a land and probably flashback the Edict. Okay. I mean, I guess I walked my Palace Sentinels into the Edict, but I think that's pretty okay. Do I want to cycle the Seclude Step? I think the answer is no, I don't. I don't want to Battle Screech. Battle Screech is pretty bad in this matchup. Like, versus a lot of my opponent's cards. I think I just play the Battle Screech. Just try to get some pressure. Play the most expensive card also. My mana is constrained and or might be constrained in the future. So doing this makes a lot of sense. I don't want to play another bounce land, so I want bounce land to bounce a Radiant Fountain. So I'm going to play the Radiant Fountain first. Skyfisher is awesome. The birds do protect me from Chainer's Edict, which is quite important. Okay. Alright, go opponent. They play the land. There's Green Merchant. Do I have Metalcraft? No, I'm off by quite a bit. Well, not quite a bit, I'm off by 1. I'm going to cycle this Prophetic Prism again. Palace Sentinels is not bad. Play the Fountain because they know about it. Colored mana doesn't matter because of the Prism. I don't think I'm going to be in a situation where I want to double Galvanic Blast. 1 should suffice. My opponent might have Okiba Gang Shinobi, but even then I just Galvanic Blast, and then yeah, they get to drain me for 4 again, but whatever. They're playing out their hand, and honestly, I'm not sure why. Probably want to keep this clue around. I'm not in need of cards, and I would like to turn on Metalcraft quite a bit. Nope, no Metalcraft. It's okay. I mean, yeah, if I were to play, you know, 2 more artifact lands of each color, then I wouldn't really get into situations like this. But it doesn't actually matter. Like, I'm not losing this game because of failure to hit Metalcraft. Or at least, I don't think I will. I can flashback Battle Screech. I'd rather just hit my opponent for an extra 2 points of damage. Opponent is very close to losing the game. Psychic Fires is good. Like, I'm okay, like, letting my opponent hit me because I have so much burn. Okay, so we got him there. I tried to avoid showing my opponent unnecessarily more cards. How do I like my sideboarding here? Yeah, it's fine. If I had more cards in my sideboard that were good against Crypt Rats, I would bring those in, but my sideboard is full of things that are good against, you know, all these decks. Alright, game 3. So, opponent probably hopes to, like, duress me really early and then chitter into Thorn or chitter into Okiba. So, I need protection against duress, so like nothing where the mana relies on Prophetic Prism too much. I need protection against land destruction. My opponent's list from last week had 4 Contaminated Ground in it. Now, is contaminated ground good against drawn? Like, that doesn't sound like it's true. So those contaminated grounds may be something else. Or choking sands. They're probably choking sands. Alright, how does this hand do? It's okay. Like, I get to cycle Ash Barrens and then play a Prophetic Prism on 2. I have a Garrison, but I'm not reliant on it. I have a Prophetic Prism, but I'm also not reliant on that either. Bog's fine. Okay. I think Prism's a good draw. I think my Ash Baron's just going to go get Plains. Okay. Opponent duresses me. And they take one of my Prophetic Prisms, but I have another one. Oh no, no. I thought I wasn't going to get double duressed. My opponent does get to know like just how reliant my hand is on the Boros Garrison. Ah, that's a powerful card that my opponent doesn't know about. I like getting duressed and then drawing powerful cards. That's always a good feeling. Which is... pretty sure the play here is Vial plus Thriving Inspector. Or Lightning Bolt. I like Lightning Bolt. My opponent missed a land drop. So I'm just going to Pile Sentinels on 4 and it's going to be pretty great. They could Thorn on, like, yeah, like that play was the thing I was worried about last game, where they could have had Victim and then untap Thorn. But I think that would have been not too bad. Well, no, it probably would have been bad, but at least not too likely. Prophetic Prism here. Bog's fine. I'm going to try to get an Edict with that. Investigate and return a Radiant Fountain. And I'm holding up Alchemist Vial in case something goes terribly wrong. I'm pretty sure they don't have 2 instant speed removal spells because last turn they did not have 1. Or 2 turns ago they did not have 1. I don't like that my opponent is playing things. My opponent's doing things. So here I got 6 mana. That looks like the perfect time to Battle Screech. And then once I get to untap with all the Battle Screech tokens, I feel pretty good about my life. So I'm going to do that. And I think the right thing to tap with the Battle Screech is a Thriving Inspector. Because I want high toughness creatures. I want to have a Vial on the board, so I'm going to bounce the Prophetic Prism. Definitely not attacking. Just keep drawing and then trading. That's my plan. I need my opponent to not destroy me here. Okay. Yeah, Shitter's fine. Prophetic Prism, draw a card, and then just draw some more cards. My opponent could play like Pestilence and, well, actually they don't have a lot of mana, so Crypt Rats clearing the board is actually quite suspect. And then in the back of my head I'm going to think about how long it's going to take me to kill my opponent from here. But I'm not in a hurry to kill my opponent. Like, my opponent could untap and go Thorn, but then that's not even that bad. If they untap and go Thorn, I just take the Monarchy from them with a bird. So I'm doing okay. I'm going to try to play quickly because I know I'm quite behind on the clock. My deck is more click intensive than their deck. Galvanic Blast is a good draw. I was looking for something like that. Sack the Clue. Oh boy. all these lands, I just want removal. Forest Garrison, return a Rainy Fountain, and then Galvanic Blast at Shivering Rats here. I guess I don't need it, so I can just pass. What's the worst thing that can happen? Echoing Decay plus Doomblade. I'd want 3. Alright, I'm going to attack with 2 birds. Galvanic Blast makes me confident. This could be a Grey Merchant. Oh boy. So I definitely have yeah. So they just drained me for 6. That wasn't game winning. The game is going on. The game is going to continue. Yep. Turn a Prophetic Prism. Lay the Prophetic Prism. Play land. Play Journey to Nowhere. Just try to get their creatures off the table. Skyfisher. Bounce a Vial and attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to leave back. Yeah. Yeah, this is good. I can take like small risks. If my opponent draws perfectly, I lose the mark. Tendrils is fine. Opponent gains 3 life. But I don't really care about that. Alright. Just gonna burn through my deck here. Play another 4-drop. I have these 2 instants, which are both good. I think I can attack with, like, I'm just playing it super safe here. I have no reason to take risks at all, because this game is just, it's running out of control. Pestilence does kill my creatures. Problem with Pestilence is that all of my creatures are the biggest. So, can I kill my opponent this next turn? I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points of damage in the air. So I would need another burn spell. But just one more. Let's see if I can find it. Awkward. Alright. Let's bog my opponent. And I'm going to attack with... Yeah, I'm just going to attack with all my flyers. And then use my vials. Okay, so Pestilence, my flyers die. Some of them. Opponent is now at 8. I'm 1 damage short of lethal. Just going to play another creature. Opponent can't really Galvanic Blast. Or, not Galvanic Blast, but you know what I mean. Palace Nulls for 4. Like they're really limited on what they're capable of doing. Alright, so this is going to drain me for 8 points of damage. So the drain doesn't matter at all. The question is, like, do I convert my burn spells into so opponent goes to 16, I have 6 in the air. Opponent's dead to me drawing a burn spell. This cost me 2 damage. I can live with this. This is fine. I like getting my opponent's creatures off the board anyways. Alright, going to attack with this and most of my creatures here. They want to double block and take a risk. They can do that. Alright, they are double blocking. I didn't expect them to double block. Okay. I'm going to bog here, just in case they draw an earth. I think I'm doing pretty well. My opponent is very inclined to Pestilence for 4 on my turn probably, so that they don't so that I can't play creatures into it so easily. But that just means they're dead to bolt. Alright, let's go. Do it. Pestilence for 4. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. So, question here is, do I Skyfisher and go looking for more things, or do I just let the Pestilence die? I think the Pestilence is not very good because my opponent is at 2, and also if I can draw any burn spell, I win the game on the spot. So I'm going with this. Journey to Nowhere does not really count. Opponent needs something, but they could maybe I should have Battle Screeched, but the Battle Screech tokens would have just died. I guess if they would have dealt 1 damage to my opponent. Choking Sands is fine. How are you going to deal with my Skyfisher? Gotta kill it. Okay. Pestilence down. My turn. Alright, come on, Glintock. Find me a bolt. Battle Screech is fine. I don't want to play multiple Battle Screechers in case my opponent, clears the board, then I'd rather not play both of my no. Shouldn't have auto-yielded there. In case I drew a bolt. Okay, opponent goes down to 1, so that's the punishment for not playing the Battle Screech. End of turn. That's Tendrils mana. Is this a Tendrils? No, it's a Choking Sands. Alright, I got him. Okay, so yeah, Boros just kind of overwhelms Mono Black and card advantage, and it forces Mono Black to double down on these mid-game plays like Pestilence, which certainly can be good, and also Choking Sands. It's swingier than Pestilence, but certainly can be good if that mid-game plays out like that. So I'm now 6-1, so top 8. Sweet. See you there.